Colonel Thompson froze when he saw the tattoo. That symbol, that location, it was impossible. Because only Night Stalkers could get that tattoo, and Maya Reyes had no special operations background in her file, or so they thought. Welcome to Rising Life Stories. Before we continue, tell us in the comments, where in the world are you watching from today, and have you ever had to hide your true abilities? The Apache hangar at Fort Bragg buzzed with mechanical sounds in the early morning hours. AH-64D Apache Longbow helicopters, the world's most advanced attack helicopters, stood waiting for meticulous maintenance and repairs. Among these metal beasts, 34-year-old Maya Reyes worked quietly. Maya was average height with an athletic build. Her dark brown hair was always kept in regulation style. She wore minimal makeup and usually worked in coveralls. Her hands bore engine oil stains, her fingers fine cuts, the gloves of a technician. She had worked as an Apache helicopter technician at Fort Bragg for 6 years. Electronic systems, engine maintenance, rotor balance. She knew everything perfectly. She was hardworking, quiet, never caused problems. Her male colleagues respected her, but only saw her as a technician. "Reyes!" Sergeant Martinez called out. "Apache 34's hydraulic system is problematic. Can you take a look?" Maya looked up and said, "Sure, Sergeant. Checking it now." Maya's hydraulic system knowledge was legendary. She could solve complex problems within minutes. When she entered the helicopter's cockpit, Maya automatically reviewed all the control panels. But not just with a technician's eye. Her eyes moved with a pilot's perspective, collective pitch, throttle control, weapon systems. She knew it all because Maya touched the tattoo on her neck, the small symbol hidden under her coveralls on the left side of her neck. Very few people had seen it, and those who did assumed it was just an artistic tattoo. But this tattoo wasn't artistic. It was the sacred mark given to the most elite pilots of the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, the Night Stalkers. As Maya checked the Apache's hydraulic fluid, she couldn't stop thinking about that night 8 years ago. Afghanistan, Helmand Province, Operation Red Wing Support Mission. Maya was the youngest female pilot in the 160th SOAR with the call sign Nighthawk. That night, they had to enter enemy territory to extract a SEAL team. Maya was providing cover with an Apache longbow, but everything went wrong. RPG hits, engine fire, emergency landing in hostile territory. Maya shook her head. She tried not to think about that night. She had been trying not to think about it for 8 years. "Maya, is there a problem?" Chief Warrant Officer Davis approached. Davis was an Apache pilot with 20 years of experience and had a protective attitude toward Maya. "No, Davis, just fine-tuning the hydraulic pressure," Maya replied. Davis watched Maya work. Maya's hands moved so comfortably in the cockpit that it looked like she had been sitting in the pilot's seat for years. "Maya," Davis asked in a curious tone, "have you ever tried flying an Apache? In the simulator or something?" Maya's hand reflexively moved toward the tattoo on her neck, but she composed herself. "No, I'm just a technician." "Pity," Davis continued. "Your hands-on knowledge is incredible. You could have been a good pilot." Maya made a bitter smile. "Maybe in another life." At that moment, an emergency alarm echoed through the hangar. All technicians and pilots stood at attention. "Attention all personnel. We have an emergency situation. Apache down, 40 clicks northeast. Crew extraction needed ASAP." The tension in the briefing room was palpable. The intelligence officer opened the map and explained the situation. Apache 27 experienced mechanical failure during routine patrol. Made an emergency landing approximately 40 kilometers northeast in enemy territory. Crew: Pilot Captain Williams, co-pilot Lieutenant Rodriguez, both alive but injured. Ground extraction impossible, terrain too rough. Maya listened to the briefing from the back. Apache 27, Maya had serviced that helicopter herself yesterday. She knew every detail. "Sir," Chief Pilot Major Stevens asked, "what's the extraction plan?" 2 Apaches will prepare for rescue mission. Captain Davis and Lieutenant Morrison will lead." Maya looked at Davis. Davis was an excellent pilot but had limited night operation experience. And in enemy territory, in darkness with injured crew extraction, this was a very risky mission. "Sir," Davis raised his hand, "request additional support. This terrain is challenging and there are enemy activity reports." Unfortunately, available pilots are limited. Other units are on deployment. Calculations were spinning in Maya's head. Terrain analysis, enemy positions, weather conditions, fuel calculations. She was automatically doing mission planning. After the briefing ended, Maya approached Davis. "Davis," Maya spoke quietly, "I can tell you a few things about that area. I did terrain analysis." Davis turned to Maya with surprised looks. "How do you do terrain analysis?" "Your maintenance." "I study maps," Maya simply replied. "Hobby." "Okay, tell me." Maya traced with her finger on the tactical map. "This is a riverbed, low approach possible. But here," she pointed to another spot, "potential enemy observation post, and from this ridge there could be SAM threat." Davis was amazed listening to Maya's analysis. This level of tactical understanding couldn't be expected from a normal technician. "Maya, how do you know these things?" Maya hesitated. Was it time to tell the secret she had kept for 8 years? "Davis, At that moment, an explosion was heard in the hangar. Everyone rushed outside. Apache 31 had experienced an engine fire during pre-flight testing. The pilot and co-pilot had safely evacuated, but the helicopter was unusable. Major Stevens was having an urgent conversation with his headset. "Roger, I understand." "Yes, sir." "Understood." When the conversation ended, Stevens turned to the team with a grim expression. "Gentlemen, the situation has deteriorated. Enemy forces have located the downed Apache. Captain Williams and Lieutenant Rodriguez need immediate extraction. And now we only have one operational Apache." Davis nodded. "Sir, extraction with a single Apache is risky but possible." "The problem is," Stevens continued, "Morrison is showing flu symptoms, unfit for flight, and there's no other qualified co-pilot." Maya was experiencing an internal struggle listening to the conversation. Her friends were in danger, and she was the only one who could help. But she would have to reveal the secret she had hidden for 8 years. "Sir," Maya stepped forward. "May I make a suggestion?" Stevens looked at Maya with surprise. "Sure, Reyes. I could be the co-pilot." Silence fell in the hangar. Then, nervous laughter began. "Maya," Stevens spoke gently but firmly, "you're an Apache technician. Flying isn't your job." "Sir, I am pilot qualified," Maya said quietly but firmly. "What?" Stevens was confused. "You don't have pilot training in your file." Maya took a deep breath. Decision time had come. "Sir, request private conversation." In Stevens's private office, Maya unzipped her coveralls and showed the tattoo on her neck. Stevens's eyes widened. He recognized that symbol. That's Night Stalkers insignia," Stevens whispered. "Yes, sir. Chief Warrant Officer 3 Maya Nighthawk Reyes, 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, 147 combat hours, 23 extraction missions, 2 Purple Hearts." Stevens's jaw dropped. "Nighthawk, are you that pilot from Helmand? Operation Red Wing Support ... "Yes, sir." Maya's voice was quiet. "Retired 8 years ago." "But why? You were a legendary pilot. Why work as a technician?" Pain flashed in Maya's eyes. In that last mission, mistakes were made. Good people were lost. I chose retirement. Stevens remained silent for a few seconds, then picked up his phone. "Tell Colonel Thompson to come to my office, SAP." 10 minutes later, Colonel Thompson entered the office. When he saw Maya, he was about to make a casual greeting, but when Maya showed the tattoo on her neck, Thompson froze. That symbol, that location, it was impossible. "Sir," Stevens made the introduction, "meet Chief Warrant Officer Maya Reyes, formerly of 160th SOAR." Thompson's facial expression completely changed. The 160th SOAR was the Army's most elite unit, and the Night Stalkers' reputation was legendary. "Chief Reyes," Thompson spoke respectfully, "honor to meet you. Your reputation precedes you." Maya was uncomfortable with the attention. "Sir, I'm just a technician now." "Why didn't you tell us?" Thompson asked. "Because I wanted to leave that life behind, sir. But now, Williams and Rodriguez's lives are in danger." "And I can help." Thompson looked at Stevens. "Stevens, what's your assessment?" "Sir, if Maya's credentials are real and the Night Stalker's tattoo looks genuine, she's our best option." Thompson made his decision. Chief Reyes, you're authorized for the extraction mission. Davis pilot, you co-pilot. In the Apache hangar, as Maya put on pilot gear, the entire crew watched in amazement. After 8 years, Maya was wearing a pilot uniform again. Davis approached Maya. Chief, I'm in shock. Davis, I'm still the same Maya, just different background. Different background? Davis laughed nervously. You're from Night Stalkers. You're a legend. Maya put on her helmet. Davis, the past is past. Now let's just focus on rescuing our 2 friends. During the Apache Longbow's pre-flight check, Maya's movements were automatic. Every control, every switch, every system, all were muscle memory. Systems nominal, Maya reported. Nav systems programmed, weapon systems. Wait. Davis noticed Maya pause. Problem? Davis, I haven't touched weapon systems in 8 years. Maybe someone else. Maya, Davis spoke firmly. If the situation requires it, you can do it. I believe in you. Maya nodded. She put on her professional mask. Apache 1, ready for departure. The Apache flew through the night sky like a silent bird. Maya's hands were on the controls, but her mind went back decades. Night flying, enemy territory, extraction missions. Everything felt familiar. Maya, Davis spoke on the radio, your night vision is incredible. I can barely see the terrain. Davis, the secret to night flying is depth perception and spatial awareness. Trust the instruments, but also use your instincts. As they approached the target area, Maya did terrain analysis with thermal imaging. Davis, let's approach from here. The riverbed provides natural cover. Roger. Maya, how do you read the tactical situation? Maya paused. She hadn't done tactical analysis in 8 years. Enemy positions likely on these ridges. Downed Apache is here. And the extraction zone should be. Maya's analysis was perfect. Years of experience were automatically coming back. Contact! Contact! Williams's voice came over the radio. Enemy forces approaching. Need immediate extraction. Davis looked at Maya. Ready? The old fire returned to Maya's eyes. Nighthawk ready. The Apache made a fast approach to the target area. As Maya scanned the terrain, she located Williams and Rodriguez's position. Visual on friendlies, Maya reported. 2 o'clock, 300 meters. Maya, do you see enemy muzzle flashes? Maya looked at thermal imaging. Affirmative. Multiple positions, approximately 8 to 10 hostiles. Davis swallowed hard. Maya, my combat experience is limited. You advise. Maya's mind was racing, old tactical knowledge flooding back. Davis, you focus on extraction. I'll provide suppressive fire. Maya, are you sure? 8 years. Davis, some things you never forget. Maya activated the weapon systems. 30mm chain gun, Hydra rockets, everything was ready. Beginning suppressive fire, Maya announced. This was why Maya's gunnery skills were legendary. Perfect precision, calculated bursts, strategic target selection. She systematically suppressed enemy positions. Friendlies, move to LZ now, Maya commanded over the radio. Williams and Rodriguez ran to the extraction zone under Maya's covering fire. Davis, landing approach. Davis, nervous but determined, landed the Apache. Williams and Rodriguez quickly boarded. All aboard! Go, go, go! The Apache lifted off just as enemy fire intensified. Maya! Davis was urgent. We're taking hits. I see it. Evasive maneuvers heading 270 degrees. Maya deployed countermeasures and guided the Apache to safe airspace. After the safe return to Fort Bragg, the entire base began to hear Maya's story. Night Stalkers veteran, legendary pilot, hidden as a technician for 8 years. In the debriefing, Colonel Thompson addressed Maya directly. Chief Reyes, that was a textbook extraction. Williams and Rodriguez are alive because of your expertise. Williams, injured but stable, approached Maya. Chief, I didn't know. You saved our lives tonight. Maya remained modest. It was a team effort, but Thompson wasn't finished. Chief, I'm going to make a proposal. Return to active pilot status. Flight leader position available. Maya thought quietly. After 8 years, an invitation to be a pilot again. Sir, I appreciate the offer, but I want to continue being a technician. Everyone was shocked. Why? Thompson asked. Because, sir, I can be both pilot and technician. I can both fix and fly aircraft. Double value. Thompson smiled. Excellent point. Hybrid position? Exactly, sir. A few weeks later, Maya was working in her new dual role. Technician in the mornings, pilot training, and missions in the afternoons. Young pilots came to her for advice. Maya combined technical knowledge with flight experience. Chief, young pilot Lieutenant Sarah Kim asked, "How do you balance technical understanding with pilot instincts?" Maya looked at the Apache's rotor and thought, "Sarah, an aircraft is a tool, but also a partner. Technical knowledge shows you what you can do. Pilot instincts tell you what you need to do." Davis watched Maya's performance in her new role. "Maya," he asked one day, "do you regret it? 8 years of hiding?" Maya touched the tattoo on her neck. It wasn't hidden anymore. It was open. "Davis, everyone needs time to heal. I needed my healing time, but now I'm ready to serve again." In the hangar, as Maya maintained the Apaches, she carefully inspected each one, because now she knew every helicopter, someone's life depended on it. In the evening, as Maya took off her pilot gear, she reflected. 8 years ago, after the traumatic mission, she had wanted to distance herself from aviation, but in reality, aviation had never left her. Maya Reyes' story shows that sometimes we need to step back in order to step forward again. When her technical knowledge combined with pilot skills, she became even more valuable, and the tattoo on her neck was no longer a symbol of shame, but a symbol of pride. Because true warriors are defined not by their falls, but by how they rise again. If this story made you feel something, share with us in the comments. Have you ever had to hide your true abilities? And if you think stories like this deserve to be told, don't forget to share this video. At Rising Life Stories, we believe that true courage often lives in second chances, and sometimes our greatest strength comes from our willingness to serve again. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our growing community discovering extraordinary service stories of ordinary people. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.